Hi there, it's winter. I can finally talk like a human again. It's time for another update. One of you, I think it was one of the patrons, said, when are you going to do another State of the Garage video? So now's a good time that I can finally talk again. That was rough. If you missed it, I was sick or something and I couldn't speak. Like, words wouldn't come out in an audible human way. But that's all better, so you have to listen to me talk again, which is great. I'm just going to go down the list. I'm probably just going to make a circle of the garage. You can see what's here, what isn't here, and I will tell you what is to come. I'll try to hit every project. If I don't, then I'm sorry. Shout at me in the comments. First off is the workbench. You can see it is terrible, terribly messy. I've decided I need to do a better job organizing. And to that end, I needed to make space because you get to the point where everything's too messy that you don't have enough room to clean up. And part of that's because of the English wheel sitting there. This wheel that I need to really take back outside. All this junk that I'm storing on the workbench, which is never a good thing, including tools. That's a tool just sitting there in a bag of sand. Metal brake right there. I'm going to need to make stands for all of these. I don't know if I'm going to make videos of those because it's just going to be like 4 legs and then the thing sitting on it or something. I don't know. I might. Let me know if you're interested in that. But it'll probably be, well, each one will be a little different. Maybe I can do a trifecta for those. But that'll allow me to get these up out of the way, maybe put wheels on them so I can just wheel them over there when they're not in use, and wheel them out when I need them. And to that end, I made one giant space improvement. Ta-da! Notice, there is no car here. The van's still there. Red car gone. Red car will not be driven in the winter, so I put it's in storage with the blue car that's sometimes here. They're gone. I got this space, which I will now have room to work. Of course, I immediately filled with garbage. Ignore the giant pile of split wood. That's totally unrelated to the YouTube channel, kind of. The lumber and all the crap. So now we're just going to make a quick rounds. Welder is out. It's usually stored over there. I used it to fix the shovel, and I'm going to be using it pretty soon for another project. That's all messy. Kiln stuff, not very exciting. Test tiles. This is a bowl. I quite liked this bowl that I made. More homemade clay, but it had some glaze problems, some flaws, which would cause chunks of glass to fall into your food, so that's not great. Put some more glaze in there, going to refire, hopefully fix that. You all keep saying make pottery videos, and I just haven't yet. I'm sorry. Carrying back around here, there's going to be a change in some of my foundry stuff. You see I have the bucket of Petrobond there. I will continue to use the bucket of Petrobond. However, over here, these bags here are all full of white powders. White powders, but don't sniff them because they will literally give you silicosis. Like, take a look at this one. Yeah, that's just silica in a powder. And these are for glaze making. But, more importantly, one of these bags, maybe that one, is full of powdered bentonite. And you might remember that bentonite is a key ingredient in green sand. You need bentonite, sand, like I have here. There's sand in there, there's sand over there, and water, and that's kind of a basic green sand. So I'm going to make a shift to green sand. I know SW Dweeb recently made that shift. I've been planning on making that shift for a while. I'll probably still use the Petrobond occasionally, but maybe make a muller for the green sand. We will find out. My main thing is I want to be able to melt iron. I've been saving in that box up there a whole bunch of cast iron. That is full to the top. There's even a little bit coming out. Full to the top of cast iron. And you remember in a previous video my furnace, which sits over there next to the wonderful bicycle, my mode of transportation. And yeah, I can melt iron. I did iron, so I'm gonna start doing that. But Petrobond, they don't want you to use that with iron. So yeah, green sand. Moving along, the lathe is still under there. Not really much has happened. The van, I've still been working under there. Not much lately because I'm working about where the Jeep is, above the Jeep. So now that I have this space cleared out, once I clear out my burning wood and some other, and organize some junk, then like these boxes shouldn't be here. Then I will pull that out. I have 24 volt batteries for it, so I have two 12 volt batteries that I can wire up for 24 volts, double the power of that Jeep. Not much else is going to happen with the Jeep because it's like, finished it already. But they must go faster. We want to go faster. And then that'll give me room to work back under the van. You can see some of the more recent work has been happening here and under there. Haven't been recording that. Also haven't been working. Probably haven't touched that in like 3 months, if I'm honest. This awesome table, this hunk of bowling alley, is going to be made into a tabletop. It's really thick. It's hard maple, and it's extremely heavy. And I think it would be a pretty sweet table. That was given to me by a friend of mine, Chuck. I used to know Chuck. Fun fact, I used to know Chuck when I was a teenager. I think I met him when I was 14, 15, just getting into biking, and he has a machine shop. He does some really cool stuff, and he had a bunch of these, and he just gave me one. Isn't that awesome? Sometimes it's good to have some friends, And I hadn't seen Chuck for like 15 years, 10 or 15 years. It's certainly been a while, so it was really cool to reunite with him. I used to bike with him with that bicycle. My old bicycle. Still got it. It's still ready to go. It's hooked up to a trailer. Every time I take my kid out on that, she falls asleep. But yes, I should really get out more on that thing. But that's what this big tabletop is. That's what that's going to be, which shall be fun. I'm amassing a bunch more pottery for my smash pile. These are all things I don't like, or mostly things with flaws in them. This was a glazed test, came out terrible, and it's got all these bubbles in the glass. You can't use it or drink out of it without like getting cut by glass. Ugh. So that's junk, but I'm piling up a lot more in the smash piles. More clay there, garden plants that can't handle the winter. They got kind of fried. Also, not going to be any videos on that. If you're interested, those are all different species of bamboo. I am also a plant nerd. Very, very sorry about that. I gave a lecture earlier this year on growing bamboo at a local community garden. That was interesting. Did not record that, and it will not be online ever. So yeah, sorry about that. Again, that pile of wood. The big reveal are these boxes. This is ceramic wool, 1 inch by 2 feet by 5 feet, I think. That's not so important. But these are fire brick. This is how they come. They come in individual boxes, and in each one of these is a brick. See, 2600 degree individual insulating fire brick. The problem is, I ordered 2800 degree brick, not 2600 degree brick. So this is a mistake. They sent me the wrong ones. The order form says 28. The picking sheet says 26, and they sent me 26. So the guy who picked it, he picked what he was told to pick. I ordered what I wanted to order. Someone in between those things, they screwed up. But I've already emailed them. They've already responded, and they are fixing it. How's that for customer service, right? This is from the same place that I ordered the bricks to make the foundry furnace over there. Same people, and I mean like they arrived. I see they're the wrong ones. I emailed them in like an hour, maybe less. They're working it out, so we're good. We're good. They're going to send me the right ones and a return slip to send these back. And the UPS guy will come get them, and then I can build the new furnace. The new furnace, by the way, is going to be electric gas, kind of hybrid. Moving my fingers. Looks really weird on camera. We're going to talk more about that later. Kind of bummer. I wanted to get started on this weekend. I probably won't get the replacement bricks until like Monday. That'll be fun. That box right there is empty. I think that wraps us up. I still have those gigantic new crucibles that I haven't used yet, so I got to make some bigger crucible tongs. My draw scooper is missing in action. Gonna have to make another one of those, probably bigger. But most of all, the quality of life improvements to the garage, getting these tools a little better organized and at workable heights. A metal brake is not so easy to use when it's on the floor, nor is a bead roller easy to use when it's sitting in a pile of sand. So I'm going to get those up off the floor, get stands on them, get them out in this space that I have now, briefly, until summer. If you have any suggestions for ways to organize or stands, different ways to put these on a stand, what I thought would be really cool, but not going to happen, is put the bowling alley in the middle, the bowling alley table, make that into a table, set it in the middle, and make that the bench with the tool sitting on that. but I don't want to drill holes in it because I really like the way it looks. And also, I eventually want to get the stuff out of the way so I can put a car back in here. And that thing is huge and heavy. It's like 2 inches thick, and it's hard maple, and it's like almost 4 feet wide, and it's 8 feet long, and I can't move it. I can't. It took all of my spine to tip the thing up against the van. But that's why they make ibuprofen. So thank you for watching. If you have any other suggestions or things you want to see, let me know. I will be probably building that furnace, that little kiln thing immediately next. It's gonna be cool. I'm gonna like it even more than my foundry furnace. Although I'm not gonna use it to melt metal because it's not gonna heat up fast enough. But it will do everything else. Everything else. And I call it a kiln and a furnace, but it'll do everything. I can use it for heat treating. It'll do mold burnout, all that kind of cool stuff. And it has a thermocouple and an electronic controller made by a company called Orton. Yeah, not sponsored by them, but their stuff's pretty cool. So that's how I'm going to build it. Well, I'll explain all that later. I'm still rambling. No new information has come out of my mouth that I'm not going to say again soon in a better organized thing. So I'm going to go now. See ya.